some of their new technologies.
Yeah, we have a nice collaboration going with Intel right now, and we're working on a few things together. Number one is we're working with them on chipset optimization. So, you know, the way that our video communicates and hooks up between the devices, we've worked with you to optimize that. Number two, we're working with you on the RealSense camera, and that's really, really exciting to us. It's part of our overall intelligent video strategy. So, you know, we've taken this year and actually opened up our whole backside infrastructure, our AVS servers, et cetera, to any app developer out there in the world. And so now if you build an app and you want to enable it with multi-party video, by using just a few simple lines of code, you can actually drop that into your app and have people video chatting in it. So take that now and start to layer on additional algorithms and sensors like the RealSense camera, and it makes a really, really powerful and engaging experience.
So just to give you an idea what you can do with the 3D camera and with the RealSense technology, which is exactly... not exactly something completely new, but we saw this for the very first time about 2 years ago during IDF when Intel was just starting the Perceptual Computing Initiative. And now we got this squeezed into a tablet form factor, for example. It will get into smartphones in the near future. And I would love to show you a little video from RealSense. And let's see if we can get this on camera over here so that you can get an idea of what a 3D camera can do for you in a mobile device. And of course, in the right environment and with the right app and the right service. And obviously, ooVoo is one of them. Let me show you this. So it's a little video here that tells you the ooVoo story. To wait that we don't have the light in there. Okay. So, Chris, you can see it over there. Can you tell us a little bit about this?
Sure, right. What's going on in this image right now is part of our motion detection engine that we're working on. So now if we've got 2 or more people in a video chat, at any point in time, in real time, we can actually sense that participant's emotion. So you could start to see where that could go from here. You know, if we can understand how you're feeling, whether you're engaged, etc., we can drive a lot of actions in the device and really create a better experience. So this is kind of smart chat. So imagine, you know, based upon your emotional state, we can provide you with a few emoticons, you know, some kind of pre-served up responses to things, so I don't have to scroll through 30 different icons before I get to the one I want. I think coming up here real soon, here we've got the avatar chat. So here, this is using the RealSense, where we're mapping avatars to your face. So if I'm in a video chat and maybe I don't want to be seen because it's early in the morning and I'm not looking good yet, you know, I can map an avatar to that.
And it's so accurate. That is amazing. I can see the difference. I remember this from webcams. It's solid like 5 or 6 years ago, right? But this was just a one-dimensional thing.
Yeah, it was kind of janky then. I mean, this, you know, we can get so many different points on the face.
Responsive. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, so the number of points that we can collect then and map that 3D avatar to is really pretty amazing.
Wow, and this is happening already, right? Actually, I could get those 3D cameras. I think Creative is building one of them. Yeah. And I could download your app and could use it right away.
Yeah, now what you're seeing here is still a part of our innovation lab. So, you know, we're going to be rolling or looking to roll this out later on this year in our consumer app. But certainly it's very, very close.
This is absolutely... I mean, come on. This is something that you would expect to see in a Hollywood studio. Yeah. Are you partnering with James Cameron on this or what?
Not yet, but maybe we should. I mean, think about it too. What happens if we start to license different characters? So now something that you're into, you can kind of become that character in your video chat. So maybe you're into Adventure Time or whatever it is. I mean, our audience is primarily a millennial audience. Okay. So, you know, kind of that 13 to, you know, 20 age group. Yeah. You know, there's a lot of properties that we could license, and it can also help drive monetization too for a lot of these companies.
And monetization for you guys.
That's right. That's right. So now we can charge you for, you know, that new look or whatever it might be. This is actually pretty fun. This is a game called Flinch that we just launched here, you know, actually a couple months ago.
Okay. Cool. Thank you so much. That's absolutely amazing. Yeah, let's talk about your business plan for this. It's going to be quite interesting. Of course, I think it's quite obvious what you can do with the power of, getting characters on there, especially well-known characters, by, like you said, creating an after-sales for those companies,
Right.
And also creating some sales for you guys. Is it right now? Is it a freemium model? Is it completely free, or can I just
Yeah, right
get a subscription?
now, right now you can download our app for free, video chat all you want on it. If you'd like to, you can upgrade to premium, and we'll remove the ads from the app.
Okay, interesting.
But
So-
you could see, though, using some of these technologies, working with the RealSense camera and any of these other things that we've talked about, where, again, we could go ahead and charge for some of those extra services. So it's interesting to us.
You've already mentioned the quality of the stream, which is obviously one of your huge features. And is it going to be? Is there any limit in terms of resolution? Can you stream it 1080p? Can you go 4K with it in the future?
Really, we absolutely can in the future. It really all comes down to bandwidth and processing power. So, that's where working with you guys and getting that embedded at chipset level gives us loads of opportunities to continue to enhance our users' experiences.
Interesting. When I'm signing up right now, right, do I have to? Can I join chat rooms, or is this more like I need to have my other guys in my network that I can connect to?
Right. I mean, when you log on and register for the first time, we can scrape through your address book. We can find other friends that are on, connect you. We are always looking for people you might know and sending you emails saying, "Hey, we think that you know them." And the guys have a pretty sophisticated algorithm and backside in order for matching those people up. But it's not a chat room model as much as you and your friends. And we kind of think about ooVoo as a service, an app that allows you to be closer with the people that you really care about. And we kind of work that all around this idea of opening up life.
What are the next steps for this kind of idea, right? Now you're bringing these avatars and the characters on top of it, using a new technology. But it's not only about changing the way you look. You could also just change the background, right?
That's right. We can do background replacement using RealSense or a 3D camera as well. So now let's say that I'm in my dorm room chatting with my mom, and I don't want her to see what's in my dorm room. I can go ahead and knock that out and make it look like I'm in the library, or studying really hard with my friends rather than at spring break. And that's a pretty obvious one. But what happens if we do some subtle things that just enhance the way that I look using a depth camera? So, now maybe I want to just add a little bit of depth of field so that I look better and that you're more focused on me rather than anything else that's going on around me. So you could see where that can go. I mean, anything from subtle to, really amazing. Now I'm in some awesome place versus, just my room.
I love that idea, right? This can really come in handy for a lot of people out there. I see a proper business model for this. But besides that, if we were going just one step further, could you even see this getting in a complete virtual reality in the future?
Sure.
It's not only my face, that I have a kind of avatar?
Yeah, once we can determine where you are in space, and essentially pull you out of that frame, then we can place you in anything. We can also, wrap you all the way around it. So, again, if you're using some sort of VR goggles in the future, being able to place you in there, other augmented reality and or, animations, whatever it might be, it starts to get a little, Star Trek holodecky. But it's really not that far off. It's amazing how far that's come in just a very short period of time. 10 years ago, this was all, very much smoke and mirrors, and today it's stuff that we can and are actually doing.
I think you guys really need to check out the new HTC Vive that they just launched over here. Trust me, you've never seen anything like this before.
I haven't seen it yet. We're going to stop over there afterwards.
I think you need to ask for a demo and just, for a business proposal, because they're just showing it behind closed doors. We have 2 of our guys checking it out, and this is exactly the holodeck that we've been all dreaming of. Yes, Oculus Rift and all of these headsets, right? They're kind of tricking your brain by just showing you different pictures. But with the Vive, this is all about sensors because you're going to be in a room and you can walk around, and it just takes 10 seconds, and then you're in a completely different world. And it takes you a while, as soon as you're taking it off again, to get used to
acclimate
the fact
back
that
to
this
real
is
world.
the real world.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I've never ever seen anything like this before. This is on a completely different level, and this is where I can really see those services, because we need services for this next generation of technology.
Pretty soon, we won't even need to leave the house. We can do this whole convention from our homes in our holodecks.
I would kind of like that, to be honest.
Less travel.
No more jet lags. Less travel.
That's right.
It's also about sustainability, right? So
better for the environment.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We are going all green with technology. Really, really interesting concept. Could you? Right now, it's a consumer service, but with this new technology, you could actually even become a competitor for. When you have these huge meeting rooms at companies, they're using Holo right now, and they cost like tens of thousands of dollars.
Right. Well, I mean, we are primarily focused, on what we consider to be the consumer market, but there are certainly lots and lots of our users that use it for business. I mean, we all use it for business. We have lots of our partners, et cetera, that use it as well, too. And, if you talk about using some of these innovations that we're working on for business purposes, again, you can see how, much like from our consumer standpoint, we can increase or enhance those user experiences. Now, with depth cameras, background replacement, we can do the same type of thing. Maybe your conference room doesn't look so great, but you're meeting with a big company and you want it to look awesome. Boom, replace it. Or we can follow whoever's speaking, and move that camera with them. There are lots of things that we can do there. And again, it comes down to those sensors that we can lay over top of our SDK. And also the processing power that will enhance our ability to do some pretty neat stuff.
Or you could turn one of your colleagues during a pitch into Robert Downey Jr. and tell them, you know what, he is also on our boards of directors and he loves our technology. Maybe I like that idea.
Make me a little bit better looking the next interview I'm in, yeah.
Absolutely fantastic. There's so many possibilities, right? And it's interesting to see how this evolved in just the last 2 or 3 years. But before that, with an ordinary webcam, it was, yes, I'm getting the idea of having a face-to-face video chat and a video call.
Right. I mean, it was only a few years ago that the majority of our users were on PCs, and it was a PC-to-PC product. But in the last year to 2 years, I mean, we have moved so dramatically to the mobile side of things. It's amazing. I mean, that's where all of our growth is, and that's what makes some of these things exciting.
Do you have some numbers or some statistics in terms of, XYZ% of our users are using it on a mobile device and the rest are using a desktop or a notebook?
I mean, because of, the number of users that we've built over the years, we still have a significant number of people that are using it on desktop. And there's certainly a lot of connections. So, maybe as a 17-year-old, I might be calling my grandma and she's still using the desktop versus the tablet. But growth on a daily basis is almost entirely mobile devices.
Wow. So it's this mobile first mantra right
That's
now.
right.
But hey, come on, you started on a desktop.
Yeah.
And you made the transition.
Yeah,
you should be proud of this. There are a lot of companies out there that could never made it.
The team saw that happening a couple years ago, and we sat down and said, how do we really get out in front of this versus having to chase it? And I think that they did an amazing job. Taking a look at our mobile product and building it based all around that user experience. And I think that is probably why we were able to make that transition as successfully as we did.
So if you guys want to check this out, and I think you should do this, especially when we're talking about the next generation of cameras in smartphones, in laptops, in tablets, go to ooVoo, OOVOO.com. Check out their messenger, their service. It's free, and of course you can also pay for it, and you get rid of the ads. I mean, you're getting the idea. And we'll just try it out on a WheelSense technology and just you have some videos up there on your website so people can take a look at this, what we were just showing, because this is absolutely impressive.
Right on.
Chris, thank you so much for introducing this to us and for your time.
My pleasure.
We're going to have a little break of roughly around 5 minutes, and then we're going to be back with, that's going to be interesting. One of my favorite topics, because I've just been to India, Bangalore for a hackathon for Mercedes-Benz. We're going to talk to our friend Varun Krish. He is running Phone Arena, the biggest mobile website in India. And we're going to talk about the ecosystem of India and how advanced it is in terms of mobile. It's going to be really, really interesting. So stay tuned. We're going to be back at around 8 minutes. See you then. Bye.